Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview Sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.
Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast. This is your co-host, as always, Seth Greene. With me is our esteemed co-host, the inventor of the infomercial and the original shark on the hit TV show Shark Tank, Kevin Harrington. Kevin, thanks so much for being here.
Great to be here, Seth. Thanks. I'm looking forward to a special guest today.
We have a very special guest today, Rachel Miller. She is mom to a van full of 6 kids. She has built Facebook fan pages into the multi-millions of fans. She's sold over 100,000 copies of her book. She's appeared on Good Morning America to discuss her viral video. She's done more things than I can count. We're super excited to have her here today. Rachel, thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Seth and Kevin. I appreciate it.
So let's go back in time. I know the longer version's in the book, but how did you get started?
Like the beginning of time, I was like a call center person who helped people not cancel their cell phones. Like that was like my first job. Could you believe it? I lost my job. I had one baby, and then while I was on maternity leave, I had my second baby. So I didn't like lose my job in the sense like a market caused a crash or I had to be laid off or I got fired. I just had too many babies to be able to work. And so I was crushed because I had to go home. It was a good thing. I was grateful to have my children, excited to have my kids, but at the same time, it happened a little faster than I had anticipated. So I couldn't pay for 2 kids in childcare, so I moved home and started a mommy blog. And the mommy blog took off, and then I built another blog, and it took off. Then I built another thing, and then I was like, I think actually what I like to do is just collect people. I think I like that even more than like the blogging part of it. So I started teaching people how to collect people. And what I mean by that is how to grow an audience of people that like pay attention to you and listen to you. And that's what I've been doing since then. And it's been a lot of fun seeing other moms grow their audiences and make an impact and be a blessing to more people.
So Rachel, I'm one of 6 kids. That was easy for me. A lot tougher than having 6 kids. Okay, I have 2, but two boys. But congratulations on that. And what was one of your first big successes where you showed somebody? I mean, you were able to do this yourself, right? And duplicate, get the audience. But what was one of your first big successes where you taught somebody else how to do it?
Oh, I love that question. I think one of my favorites is Carrie of Eating on a Dime, because she was a single mom to 8 kids. And she had just had some significant life transitions, i.e. she became single. And wow. She realized that she needed to have a way to earn on her own 2 feet that wasn't dependent on anyone else. And she loved her crock pot, and she's like, okay, let's do this. So she started with me when she had 24,000 people on a Facebook page, but they were mostly dead in the sense they weren't really talking to her and they definitely weren't buying from her.
Right.
And she's blown it up, and she's now got like 2.7 or 3 million. I mean, it's huge. And she has a membership site now. She has cookbooks. She's just blown it out of the park because she loves her audience. And
with 8 kids, it was a necessity to figure out something that was going to supercharge her life to be able to take care of all of that. That's amazing. I love that.
And she did it on her own. Like, there's so many moms who, like, when you're going through that divorce period, that you're wondering how childcare, and I'm fighting with this. And it was so freeing for her to not have to deal with those childcare fights, because like, whatever, I've got this. And she did, and she did it.
So in the world you're in, there's followers, and you can talk about 2 point something million. Now that doesn't always just equate to monetization, because you said her 24,000 people, they weren't buying anything. So is there an art to getting followers that are going to buy from you, or is this in how you create the content?
Well, I love to bring people through a journey. And the first journey is that they have to become aware that you even exist. And the way that they become aware that you even exist and that you're right for them is by using I am statements, or statements that your audience would use to describe themselves. So I am a lazy cook. That's what Carrie used for her audience to connect to her. So they're like, I'm just like you. I'm a lazy cook. Who are the lazy cooks in the world? Let's everybody raise your hand if you're a lazy cook. Yeah. Everyone who's a lazy cook now finds her and gravitates to her, because she's saying that message about who she is to her audience in a way that makes them aware of who she is, and aware that they're okay, that it's good to be a lazy cook. We're not talking like wearing these as a badge of honor. It's not a negative thing. So for me, I use that as quirky mama, because I'm a little quirky and I collect quirky mamas. Crazy cat lady, because the ladies who have more than 3 cats, they actually call themselves crazy cat ladies. It's not a bad thing. That's a badge of honor.
Gotcha.
So she did that. And then after, so she's making them aware. And then after that's connecting. So that's where they go deeper with you. Aware is where they watch your videos, they interact on your page. But going deeper is when they message you and they ask you for more information. Going deeper is when they get on your email list because they want you to follow up with them intentionally. Going deeper is when they join your Facebook group because they say they want to be with other people connected more deeply. So you bring them from aware, where they're just active on your page, to now connected. And then from connected, you want to love, serve, and sell. So like the serve sell model, you can't sell if you're not serving, and you can't serve if you're not selling. So, and I learned that from you. So that's where you connect them into that sell time. But you don't sell to everybody because they don't have a relationship with you. So it feels scammy when you sell to the whole world. You sell to those people who are already connected. So they're already in your group. They're on your email list. They've messaged you. And then so you sell to them. And then after you sell to them, they have to get results. So I think that's where a lot of people also drop the ball, is that you stop at the sale. We don't follow through with making sure they get the results. Get them the results, and then ask them to tell their story, and they find everyone else for you. And that's how your content explodes.
Beautiful.
So you talk about people doing it themselves, but you're mentoring them. I mean, they're learning from you. Talk a little bit about the folks who influenced you and how you've been mentored to help you reach millions.
Well, my biggest mentor is probably Stu McLaren, because I don't think I even realized that I had the gift of collecting people until he was like, so you're making a meal prep site and you don't eat your vegetables. So he came on and helped me in that sense. But then after Stu, I actually had one of my mentors was Mark Tim, who I know has been on here before. He helped me realize not to lose who I am in growing my business and growing my audiences, that I need to make sure that my audiences still serve my family, because my family is my first business always. And super, super grateful for that, and the fact that he held my hand through that process.
Stu, I know obviously Mark's a great guy. I'm partners with him in a lot of things, but I've worked a lot with Stu also, and I love what Stu has created. And it's, you know, one of his other messages is not just connecting, but also creating continuity style revenue streams, right? I mean, I think this is, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, I can go back to my days as the as seen on TV guy, and we would sell a product and it would go and go and go. Then it would hit a peak and then it would die, and then we were done. And they bought one. They didn't need another or another, but Stu is all about the connecting, but being able to have the ongoing monthly consulting revenue that would come in from that. And it's brilliant what he's structured. So it's taking a customer and making them a customer for life, or maybe a monthly customer for life, which is very powerful.
It's really serving. And when you serve, you sell. But do you just sell? Is serving a good thing if you just serve someone once? Or is it better for you to serve someone again and again and again and love them through their life? That's what serving through a recurring revenue model does. A subscription, etc., a membership. So yes, I definitely learned from him both the model of subscriptions, but also that you serve not once. It's not like a one-time thing, that serving is a lifestyle.
Exactly.
What do you like best about what you get to do now?
I get to see other people collect people. I recently took like one of those personality tests, like the Strength Finders, and I'm a woo, which means I'm a people collector. I was like, that's like the first time I'd ever taken a personality test. I was like, heck yeah, that's exactly who I am. I like, it's now not just I get to collect people, but I get to see other people collect people. So it's almost like I get to love and serve, but now I'm getting to see other people love and serve. Yep. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's really, really exciting. And I'm not a grandparent, but I'm guessing this is kind of like a grandparent feeling.
I got two, I can tell you, you're pretty close. You know, Rachel, what I love just talking, you're so excited about what you're doing and happy. And so you can just see it in the way you talk and smile. And so it's amazing to see the success you're having, but that then is so easy for others then to learn from you. And I just wonder, how many, like, do you work with a couple people, dozens of people? What kind of, on a day-to-day basis, your business life? And are you
business life? I have a community of about 4,900 students of mine that I teach in a course setting. So that's where I teach. I have a course and I give that course content to them. And then I have about 800, 900 people in a membership. So every month I'm engaging with them. And then I have a handful of clients where I'll do coaching with them to help them get through. I don't do well with those long-term coaching relationships, but I'll help someone get over a hurdle in a pinch.
Right. That's great. Love it.
What, with all the success you've achieved, and there's a lot of it, what would you say is your biggest challenge now?
I'll be straight up honest with y'all. I think I have the same challenge that I have had from the beginning. And it's something I'm working through, and it's something actually I've talked to Mark about, and that's running a team. Because it's one thing to do it yourself, but you need to have a stable business. You need to duplicate yourself and kind of get yourself out of the weeds. But what if you really like being in the weeds? And so investing and loving and serving my team so that my team can be empowered to take that next step. That's my biggest Achilles heel. And it's also the spot that when I fix that, I know I will grow. And it's also the spot that I hold myself back because I stand in my way because I like being in the weeds. Even if I shouldn't be there. I'm still making some of my own graphics, y'all. I have a graphics designer and I'm still doing it myself. Why? I'm sure I'm not the only entrepreneur like
that. You have a book now, Rachel? Is that
I actually have two books that I've written in the parenting space with my mom blogs.
Okay.
So both books have sold over 100,000 copies, and both of them have been bestsellers. And that's 100,000, not those free offers. They were all full price, and I'm still in awe and grateful. It still brings in revenue every.
That's amazing success. I mean, 100,000 copies. That's very, very powerful. So congratulations on that. And it's amazing. Love it.
Yeah, I love seeing, and I even have some kids because I've got YouTube videos that go with those, and I'll have kids that walk up to me in the grocery store, Mom, that's the lady. So it is fun to have still have those audiences, and I'm still earning and bringing in that revenue. So when I'm teaching people how to build an audience, to build a lifestyle business, that's not something that I've not done myself, and that's not still working for me. I still bring in 1 to 2 million page views every single month to my websites, even though it's been years since I've worked more than 15 minutes a month on it. And they still bring in revenue, they still bring in sales. And that's the benefit of if you collect the right audience, they will become your spokespeople, and they will put the message out. So you only have to make the content once, and only have to write the book once. You only have to create the Facebook post once, and then you turn it onto a system, and the system can run without you, and you still get to love and serve, and the system kind of does it without you having to be there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I have a question, because it sounds like you're giving people some very powerful insight. They're making changes. They're becoming more successful. Have you ever been tempted to want to maybe partner with someone that you've helped, or get involved in a little equity position situation? Because that is very tempting, right? I mean, have you thought about that?
it is, and I don't know how to go about that. I know it's probably I know, going back to things you've said, and you've actually told me, we were out for a dinner once, and you told me that there was some money, I had some money hangups. I'm sure I'm not the only entrepreneur out there who struggles with that. And for me, there's like a money value worth issue. I know that that's like the next level, but it's like I keep hearing my mom, the greedy pig becomes the bacon. And I'm sitting there going, well, would I be being greedy if I helped them with the business in this? It's kind of a thing I've got to fight through in my head.
I mean, in my life, as I developed in the old days, I would help people, and then they would go off to the sunset and do well. And I'd be like, wow, boy, they took a lot of my great ideas. And then I just started saying, hey, is it okay? Let me get in on the ground floor with you. So, I mean, there's a right place and a right time, and maybe to be discussed at another point for you and me. But I've been involved with dozens and dozens of different entities and ventures, and I think this is in the cards for you, because you're having. I mean, when you tell me somebody had 24,000 followers and now they've got 2-point-something million followers and they're crushing it, and you were part of that process. This is where my head is thinking is how can Rachel be involved in big picture over time too. So just be putting that in the back of your head. We'll figure it out at some point.
Yeah, is there a Miller equity fund? Absolutely.
I would need to I need mentoring. That's actually something that a mentor is really good at, and that's what your book is helping people. Is that helping people understand that you don't see the picture, and I don't see that. I don't understand how to love and serve in that way yet, but a mentor can help open up that door so you can understand, okay, this is the next step that you could take. This is the next step. It's not scary. You can do it. You can take that step. And you're right. I need that next mentor.
Super.
Awesome. Talk a little. I know your time is incredibly valuable. Before we wrap up, talk a little bit about the Good Morning America appearance.
Oh my word, that was hilarious. Okay. Good Morning America. I had gone viral folding my laundry on Facebook because I found a way. I don't know if I'm sorry, I laughed really hard. If any of you guys have kids that when they go into their drawer and they pull out the one pair of pants and all the other pants now are unfolded, is it just like a superpower my children have, or do all children have this superpower? Okay, so when I was so fed up with the kids, especially when we were traveling, to go into the suitcase, and now the suitcase is in shambles and it's everywhere. I was like, what just happened? So I found a way that you could fold your clothes and they can't become unfolded because it's like this roll and it's like all packaged up together. And so I taught people how to fold their shirts so that you could throw it out of the suitcase and you just stick it right back in and it's fine. And so you don't have to refold everything when your 3-year-old gets into your suitcase. And I went and showed that on Facebook, and it went to 1 million people in under a weekend. And so Good Morning America contacted me, and within 24 hours, I was folding my laundry on live television.
That's amazing. I love how that works, huh? What kind of response did you get?
It was funny because people care that you're on like Good Morning America and that you're on Women's Today, I think picked it up as well. People care that you're on those big platforms, but at the same time, nothing changed in my life besides the fact that my husband's boss suddenly realized why he had to take off work if I was traveling. It was before that, like, he's like, your wife works, right. My wife sells lip scents, or my wife da-da-da. So it was, I'm like, and then that's not saying that selling direct marketing is a problem. It was just more that it was a different level, if that makes sense. I had a 9-to-5 job at home, and they didn't understand that I had a 9-to-5 job at home that is actually work, like it not a side hustle.
Right.
And, but everyone starts at a side hustle, so if you're in the side hustle stage, plug through until you get there. But they would discount my work, and so once I was on Good Morning America, they took me seriously.
There's a little trick, because I've been on a few of the shows in New York myself, is that I got on one and then I used that to get to the next. I was on ABC Good Morning, and CBS, and Today Show, then The View, and then, so there's a way to use that because it's a small talk circuit in New York there. So I don't know if you've gone after any of the other ones or not, but that's a good step in the process, because those are great exposures for your business, and you never know where things are going to come from there. But congratulations on that.
Yeah, it was actually crazy. We did get 2 offers after that for reality TV.
There you go.
But my husband has 0 desire to be on reality TV, so that was hilarious. But yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right, before we let you go, what else do you want to share that we forgot to ask you?
Oh, I think I would love for those moms who are listening to know that this is possible for them. So, because someone in your audience right now is at that stage where I was when I was teaching, a high school teacher, and I had to leave my job and was struggling to pay for formula and had a broken car in my driveway I couldn't afford to fix. Some of the moms that are listening, that's who they are. And I would like to let you guys know that all you need to do is that first step. And find that mentor who's going to show you that first step, and then they're going to show you the second step and the third step and the fourth step. And before long, you're out of that hole, and you don't even really remember what that hole was like. And you'll get out of it too, because I got there, and I know it's possible.
If you can do it, they can do it. Absolutely. Well,
that's great.
For our listeners and viewers who want to learn more about all things Rachel, where is the best place for us to send them?
I have a Facebook group called Grow Your Audience, and you can also find me on Moolah Marketers, my Facebook page.
Awesome. It's been Seth Greene and Kevin Harrington here with Rachel Miller. Rachel, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Rachel. Great seeing you. Take care. Good luck.
Thanks, everybody, for watching and listening. We'll talk to you next time.
Do you need money to fund your idea, product, or service? Are you ready to take your business to the next level but need capital to get it done? Kevin Harrington has heard more than 50,000 pitches and knows how to help you make the perfect pitch to get the funding for your entrepreneurial dream. He's distilled the process down in his perfect pitch cheat sheet, and it's yours for free. Just text PITCH to him right now at 727-888-2100. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free perfect pitch cheat sheet. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 to start funding your dream today.
This show has been produced by Market Domination, LLC. To discover how you can have your own show completely done for you and turn it into a real published book and become the authority in your marketplace, go to www.marketdominationllc.com/podcast offer.